Welcome back, everybody. GBE, and we're back with another movie review. Today we're going to talk Marvel Studios MCU Cinematic Universe latest film, and that's Thor Ragnarok. This is more of a general thoughts. There'll be no spoilers. At least we'll try not to include any spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, check this out and then head out to go watch the movie. So, where do you want to start with this one?
Alright, let's just say this is a great movie. It's got a lot of humor, a lot of good characters, a good story, and it's a great movie.
I'm going to have to agree with you. This was probably my favorite of the year. As much as I like Spider-Man Homecoming, I just had so much fun with this movie. I was really nervous about the humor because I didn't know how it was going to blend in with the end of the world stuff. But there was a couple points in the movie where I was doubled over laughing. The way they go back and make fun of the cinematic universe. So if you know the cinematic universe pretty well, there's a couple of scenes that calls back to previous movies that really works well with the humor.
I agree. The humor's great. It's dwelled in with the great story and with the cinematic universe as well. It's also this movie also gives us more clues when does this take place as well.
I don't know if the humor is going to work for everybody, but for me and Eric, it worked really, really well. Also, I want to mention I like the way they handle Odin. He doesn't have a ton of screen time in this movie, but I feel the scenes that he did have were very significant and very touching. I think they struck a real emotional chord with me, as small as it was. How did you feel about the Odin stuff?
That felt great too.
So, is there anything you didn't like about this movie?
No, not really. I didn't like the way that Hulk talked. I feel like he talked a little different. I liked how he used to talk. It didn't really work out for me.
And another thing to go with that, the Hulk talks a good amount. He spits out full sentences, and I feel that they missed a comedic opportunity with Thor and Hulk when they first meet up at the arena. There should have been a nice punchline there, like something along the lines like, "Wait, you can speak now," or something like that. It was never even addressed. And I think it's a nitpicky thing, but it is a miss in my book. Another thing that I thought was a bit jarring was from the movie starts off in the Thor Ragnarok arc, right? And we already know they're going to include some Planet Hulk aspects in this movie. And I felt like that transition when it went from Ragnarok to Planet Hulk was a bit jarring. And there's like a few minutes in there that I was not sure where the story was going to go, but the movie picks up. It managed to blend everything else into it very well, and it worked perfectly. Is there any other negatives you want to jump in?
No negatives, but I like to say that I thought Doctor Strange would be a lot in this movie, but he doesn't have a lot of screen time.
It's a small role, and it's somewhat funny, and we see an advancement of Doctor Strange and what he's been doing, so it's also another clue to where this movie falls within the timeline. I won't specifically say what happens or what he does because that might be considered a spoiler by some people. And I'm going to finish off by saying another thing that I found as a negative was the way they handle certain characters. I felt that there were more plot devices instead of actual characters. And at times, Hela it didn't feel like she was having conversations with the people around her. It felt more like she was just giving exposition and explaining really more of a history lesson of Asgard and things that came before. And I feel like that didn't always work for me. But for the most part, this movie's great. I enjoyed it a whole lot. And I would recommend it if you like these MCU movies. So what do you want to give as a rating? Where do you fall this?
I'd give this like a 95 out of 100.
That's a very high score. Like I said, there is a few things that I didn't like that I would like to address more specifically once we get into spoilers. But from what I could already spoke of, I'm going to give this one an 82.5. So that's it, guys. That's our Thor Ragnarok spoiler-free review. We're going to be dropping a spoiler-heavy review maybe Monday or Tuesday. So come back to check that out after you're going out and watch this movie. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell alert button so you get an alert every time we drop a video. We got a lot of cool stuff. We got more movie reviews. We got some holiday stuff. We got some vlogs. A lot of fun stuff coming your way. But for now, this is GB saying
bye.